All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a look at a platform called Skilly, and we're going to do this from a really personal perspective. The everyday reality of a teacher who is just trying to survive that heavy, looming cloud of administrative burnout. We're talking about how the right technology, when thoughtfully applied, can actually stop the endless paperwork and totally transform your week.
Ah, the familiar dread of the Sunday evening blank page. You know exactly what I mean, right? That specific knot in your stomach when you're staring at a blinking cursor on Sunday night. You've got a full week of SPAG lessons, that's social, personal, and health education, to plan, plus a literal mountain of marking waiting for you. It's that exact moment your weekend is officially swallowed up by admin.
So, to see how we can lift this burden, let's walk through a chronological week together, from Sunday planning into the Monday class, through that midweek review bottleneck, right up to Friday sign-off. All right, starting out with Sunday, reclaiming lesson planning. Look at the time difference here. It's absolutely staggering. The old way of piecing things together from a blank page easily eats up an hour. But the Skilly way, you just open the planner, grab pre-built lessons mapped right to the curriculum, and boom, 10 minutes. You just got 50 minutes of your Sunday back. That is time to actually, sit down and eat dinner with your family instead of stressing over a lesson plan. It's a real game changer. And hey, if you want something fresh, Skilly's AI generator instantly creates a lesson using the ADRAW framework. That stands for awareness, dialogue, reflection, and action. It essentially builds the educational scaffolding for you, so when you're already mentally drained, you don't have to overthink the pacing at all. It's just ready to go. Moving right along to Monday, empowering every pupil. This right here gets to the heart of classroom dynamics, giving the quiet ones a voice on the page. We all know how it is in a busy 40-minute period. The confident few hands always shoot up, and you're left with that creeping guilt about the kids shrinking into the background. Well, Skilly gives every single pupil a voice through their digital journals. It completely democratizes participation, quietly and securely. So what does the pupil journal experience actually look like? Well, it involves individual mood check-ins, clear guided writing prompts, and live word counts for encouragement. The kids are doing the heavy lifting here, working independently, while you actually get a second to breathe and facilitate the room. No extra immediate workload added to your plate. Next up, midweek, review without the burnout. Now pay attention to this number, 30. This is where it gets crazy. Because Skilly does the heavy lifting of reading the entries, a teacher can now provide 30 thoughtful, personalized responses in the exact same time it used to take to mark just 5. I mean, let that sink in. You are amplifying your impact 6 times over without giving up a single extra minute of your evening. Here's how the midweek review workflow actually happens. Step 1, Skilly reads the reflections, proposes a level, and drafts warm feedback. Step 2, you review that draft and just tap to confirm. Step 3, you use inline buttons to override any judgments or add your own personal notes. You stay completely in control, but you lose all the drudgery. You're stepping into the role of a guide now, rather than marking from a totally blank slate. Anytime. Catching signals quietly and safely. This brings us to a massively important philosophy, surfaced quietly, never decided automatically. As a teacher, you're constantly carrying the mental load of student well-being, right? Well, having a co-pilot for that changes everything. If a reflection needs a closer look, Skilly triggers a calm alert based on the pupil's own words. But the action is always, always driven by your professional judgment. A machine never makes the final call. As you can see, Skilly really operates in the background as this silent, ever-present partner. It's catching those crucial signals and drafting feedback completely seamlessly underneath the surface of your day-to-day teaching. Finally, we hit Friday, closing the loop. Every pupil read, leveled, and answered. Once you sign off on Friday, all those reflections are released. Every single kid gets to read their warm feedback and your personal notes. They feel completely seen and heard. And the absolute best part, you're walking out of the building for the weekend without a heavy canvas tote bag stuffed with 60 journals weighing you down. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What will you do with the week Skilly gives back? When you aren't buried in endless marking or dreading that Sunday blank page, how will you use that reclaimed time? Ultimately, this is about getting your energy back so you can actually practice to perform. Thanks so much for joining me today to unpack all of this.